All right, we are live with the Puck After Party. So far, we have with us, of course, Puck. My good friend Hops Watch is with us. Pine Snake is with us, and Glass Monster is with us. My fellow Canuck from the other side is also with us, and Jen Aldrich will be joining us momentarily. I know that my friend Rory wanted to come in, and Dead City wanted to come in, but there's going to be a wait, guys. So I maybe suggest you skip this one because I'm only going to be going for about an hour with this one. So if somebody drops out, I can always send someone a link. So that's always possible. But usually we got people that are in here already, and when Jen gets in, they're pretty hardcore to the end type involved people. So yeah, and it sounds like Glass is already breaking the bomb. Yep.
Now, did I see were there a couple of after parties in your channel that went like 5 hours long?
Yeah.
That's commendable. Like I don't have that kind of social energy to be on for 5 hours.
It doesn't hurt when you got a few of these in you to give you that extra stamina.
That last haul was for Pine Snake and his little fog machine. My bong is better.
No, and you know what, Neil? I gotta say that the thing that I have the most props with you for is that you're able to do this multiple times a week and keep the energy up for all of them. Like this is maybe hour number 5 that I've been on YouTube this week. I am exhausted. I don't know how you do it. So props to whatever it is that gets you through it.
It's the beer.
Weed and beer help.
Oh, I'm exhausted. Like this schedule, it's not even a rigorous schedule. I had yesterday morning on Daily Atheist, and then yesterday I was on with SJ and Craig Reed. That was only about 2 hours, and then this one. And I guess that's a mild schedule, but like I couldn't imagine doing anything more than this. Oh,
yeah. So yeah. Sorry, Rory and Dead City guys. Sorry. You guys know you're usually always welcome, and just tonight is apparently Puck's a pretty popular guy. So
it's the bright pink shirt, I guess.
I tried to find a good background that might go along with that. So hopefully this one. Well, accessorizing.
My shirt says Christ Illusion on it, so
Christ Illusion, nice.
Slayer, the group Slayer.
Oh yeah, Slayer.
Photos or it didn't happen.
He doesn't have a camera on his. Oh, someone's got their YouTube open, and I'm hearing an echo.
Test?
Not me.
I'm muted.
No. Yeah, my YouTube is muted.
I just have that on in case I want to drop something in chat.
So
same here.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe sounds like it might have been you, Pine Snake, because I'm not hearing anything now. So somewhere it's running.
I'm going to close my window so we know it's not me. So okay.
Hey, Mikey. Mikey, also known as We the Deviants or Deviants. He always gives me shit. Deviants. Deviant. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mikey's great. Of course, I would extend him an invite as well. But once Jen's in here, we're going to be full up. So
this is so cool. I get my own after party, and I get to pick the music too. And despite what we talked about before, I got to say that my favorite brand of music that you can all make fun of me for is that time, like in the late 70s and early 80s, when the world was recovering from disco, but hadn't quite refined new wave yet. Right? You got early Blondie, early U2 talking.
Blondie's awesome.
That's my jam. Right there. Oh, and then of course Sassy Heathen comes and asks about 90s stuff. Sure. I want to see more ponytails coming out of the side of the head. Do you remember that look? The butterfly clips all around the front to make you look like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's bring the 90s back.
There you
go. I never did the ponytail thing or the butterfly clips. Everyone thought when they came into the store when I worked at Sound Record, just fine, easier to hold when you're never.
When you're motorbiking.
Yeah, that's right. Sure, we'll go with that. Like big 8 hangers or something. But,
I just look like I haven't seen a barber in 6 decades. I have social distancing. I don't know about
Grizzly Adams.
Now, the different aesthetics in the different decades is actually interesting. One way that you can study them is if you go to a school, if you ever teach out of school and look at the graduation pictures of the eldest classes, You can see how the clothes change, and you will learn very, very quickly that the 80s were definitely the most awful decade of all time, the ugliest decade of all. Not only the clothes, but also the haircuts.
Oh, come
yeah.
on.
What is, however, quite interesting, I think, is that the haircuts and the clothing style of today is eerily similar to the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a little
More
before my
kids,
time,
at
so I'll
least
just take your word for it.
At least in Denmark. I don't know how it would be in the States, of course.
Well, the fashion will always go around. Right?
Yeah, but it is, and I'm quite sure that the 80s would still be the most ugly decade.
Well, they had
In the
neons,
States.
for fuck's sakes. They had the pastel thing going on, and then neon came in. And I was like, well,
I
that's
don't know. The
switch.
60s had kipper ties.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And bell bottoms, which went
Yeah,
into the
don't you diss bell bottoms.
Those came back
I
like
used to wear
they're
them.
was it the flare pants, or I think they're called flare bottoms, that came out in like the late 90s and whatnot. So those came back too, and they're probably due back anytime now.
Yeah, flare
I hope
pants.
so. I've got loads in my cupboard.
The other Neil, the one from the young ones, was right. Flares are coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other Neil.
Yes.
Other Neil was the epitome of what the 90s were, for sure.
The other Neil with long hair, hippie,
Yeah.
But
smoked
actually,
weed.
But did you know he actually wore a wig?
Yes.
Yes, Nigel Planer wore a wig, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That was such a good show.
It was.
So, which one were your favourite from Young Ones then?
My favorite character?
Yeah.
That's Wick. Definitely Wick.
Wick the Pwick.
Yeah. he's so much like me. How could I not have him as a favorite character?
Well, you're a pseudo-fascist.
Well, he didn't think he was himself, or did he now? No, he was a pseudo-anarchist. He wanted to topple the world, but he shat his pants as soon as the TV detector man came about to check the license.
But he also wanted to rule the world.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he couldn't write to his MP, so he wrote to the lead singer of the
and the Bunnymen.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Most of this is going way over my head. I have no idea who you guys are talking about.
It's a sitcom from the 80s, Thatcher's Britain. There was Rick Mail, Ed Edmondson, which are the two most well-known actors in it. And it was about student living, like a communal house in the 80s, and the hijinks that they all got up to. There was a hippie, there was a
punk rock guy, which was Rick.
Yeah, well, that was Vivian. No, it wasn't punk rock. Vivian was
Vivian
punk,
was the
yeah. And then you had the yuppie, that was Mike.
Oh yeah, Vivian was the punk, right? That's right, Vivian Bastard.
That's right, yeah.
I forgot.
No, the first show that I really consciously remember wanting to watch on my own, let's bring the 90s back, is X-Files, right? That was the first show that my parents didn't watch it, and it was my conscious decision. I'm gonna start watching this one. This is my own thing. This was my rebellion, right? It's like let's start watching the X-Files. I remember doing a complete episodic run just a couple of years ago, and it's so shocking. In 20 years, just how far technology has gone. Like, you see what they use like for cell phones and computers back then, and then you realize what we have now, and that's only 20 years separated. That's why I like watching old sci-fi, because we're now at the year where a lot of these old sci-fi shows are supposed to be talking about. It's 2020, and where's my hoverboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of fun seeing what visions of the future were in the past. Like, if you ever watch old Twilight Zone episodes, Twilight Zone is probably like the coolest shows ever. Just don't fall asleep watching Twilight Zone, because you'll have the weirdest dreams. But
well, we've already surpassed the original series of Star Trek. They're big clunky tablets, and now we're replaced by the next generation ones, which we have now.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, remember the flip phones were popular about 20 years ago, and now everything's starting to look like next generation tablets. So it's like, what's next? Like, I don't even. What is the show like chronologically after Next Generation? 'Cause I kind of
To be honest with you, it's not a show. We'd have to go to the Marvel universe.
Marvel universe.
Where it's all holograms out of Tony's phones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ethan joined us.
The next big thing will be Heisenberg compensators.
Oh, I'm staring at you guys on a 37-inch CRT monitor. Cathode ray tube.
Wow.
Staring at us for too long may cause blindness.
Oh.
Trust me, it takes some fun circuitry.
Yeah, but you're a master at it, so that's okay.
Jackass of all trades, masturbator of none.
Xena Warrior Princess. No, you know what? Xena and Hercules kind of passed under my radar back in the 90s. I was aware of them, but I never really sunk my teeth into them.
One of the first thing that I watched for me was Red Dwarf.
Yes.
And I were actually disappointed after about 3 seasons. I realised my mum watched it in another room, so it wasn't just a rebellious thing that I was watching. She enjoyed it too.
Hey, good comedy is good comedy, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know that something called Red Dwarf exists. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, you want to check it out.
I am so culturally unaware. Like, somebody had to let me in on the idea that, The Office, there was a UK version of that probably came. Skins, there was a UK version that came first. We're behind.
Many came from UK shows.
Yeah.
Even Three's Company came from Man About the House, which was a British version.
I'm so lacking in my global cultural awareness. So somebody's going to have to catch me up.
There's another one as well. There's another one as well. I forget what it's called.
Smurfs?
About a lot of
Smurfs.
What we call doll-dusters.
Or is it Flurfs?
Flurfs, yeah.
Flat Earthers.
Oh, fuck.
Flat Earth.
That was another group that I didn't actually think existed until very recently. That people actually still thought. And then I started watching it on modern day debates. It's like, there's a whole community of these people. It's not just like there's a lot. Oh, okay. We got a lot of work to do here.
Well, all the low IQ characters, if you call them even human, could go somewheres. The Earth is flat. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's not. You fucking morons.
I know.
I'll never understand how anyone in today's day and age could have that belief. That just blows me away. Mind you, I think the same thing of religion. So,
I never heard of gravity. Gravity. I fucking retard gravity.
Well, like, am I wrong in thinking that like with just some basic trigonometry and some good measurements, your average person nowadays can figure out how that the Earth is round?
All you need is a couple of sticks.
Okay.
You just need a couple of sticks. That's it.
A couple of sticks and a slide rule, maybe. But yeah, it's like if you really wanted to find out for yourself, there are ways to do so.
Yep, couple of sticks and
100 miles. That's all you need. And you get take 2 measurements at the same time. And the measurements of the shadows basically gives you an average.
And see, that's where I thought the trigonometry would come in, but I'm probably wrong with that.
Is.
So.
No, it's trigonometry because you got the height of the stick, the length of the shadow, and that distance. Your hypotenuse essentially gives you one measurement when you go to take it from the other one. And when you do some basic algebra from there, it gives you a basic circumference.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would be, if you really wanted to find out, it doesn't seem like it would be that hard. So I'm obviously missing something because this entire movement exists, and I don't know how it can do that.
There is a Hawaiian island if you go to, and you get a lovely calm day, and you put 2 sticks, I think it's 15 meters apart, with a piece of string tied to one side at where the horizon is, and same at the other side. You can actually see ever so slight curve on the water.
Okay.
But that's often put down to perception of the human eyes not being accurate enough to see it properly.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and if the sun is far enough away, it appears to go over the horizon, but it does not. Like I've seen the videos, I've seen the research material, which I almost don't want to call it research material. But like they actually try to put some sort of proof behind it. It's weird, but
that
like
Netflix.
The Netflix documentary Beyond the Curve, or was it called?
Behind the Curve.
Behind the Curve.
Well, they actually proved it in 3 different ways in that one documentary, and these were the flat earthers actually doing the experiments themselves. They got an electron gyroscope, which proved that we're moving at 15 degrees per hour drift.
Mm-hmm.
There were another one where it was the laser. If the Earth was flat at 15 feet high, a hole going straight through. But then when it didn't actually go through the second hole, like however far away it was, so they had to move the hole up, and it finally went through. And it's like, oh, interesting. Yeah, Simon Dan. Yeah.
Was that
Simon Dan?
You said 3.
Sorry?
Did you misspeak when you said 3? I think you said they proved it in 3 ways.
Yeah, they proved it in another way.
The Cavendish experiment.
That wasn't that's older than the program on Netflix.
Yeah, but they started to redo the Cavendish experiment, but they stopped it halfway through. That's not the other proof. The other proof is they said there is no continuous footage on any rocket that's gone into space from the outside showing the Earth. And then they actually found one that was, and that you could see the curve.
Take a flat plank of wood, take a sphere of wood, and place pressure evenly across both simulated mass.
I think it's a movement in decline. I'm quite sure. I mean, it was good fun a couple of years ago, but then it declined rapidly.
Well, here's the movement I really need you guys' help with. Because I think, am I the only American who's on right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we get the metric system over here, please? I'm a huge proponent of this. It's so much easier to do math on the metric system.
It is. Yeah.
It would just help us cooperate better with the rest of the world, and we have a lot less labeling that we have to put on our packaging. We don't
I need to stop you there. You're American. You're an American. You're not.
I might be an American, but
you're not allowed to cooperate with the rest of the world.
But I wish we did, and I would like to just take this moment to apologize on behalf of Americans that we like to think that we know what we're doing and that what we do doesn't affect anybody else. Because clearly it does, but it seems to be the thing with Americans. It's like, leave us alone. We want to do our things our way. We're not messing around with any of you guys. Just let us be. But of course, what we do does influence a lot of people around the world, and this virus is showing that, and it's just so weird. And I apologize that we can't get it through our thick heads that we are not isolated from the rest of the world. I wish that the first good step to say I apologize would be to adopt the metric system.
You'll be happy to hear that academia has accepted the metric system.
Hi, Jen.
So at least your scientists, engineers, and all the rest of it do adhere to the metric.
Yeah, and I love that it's still part of our food packaging and labeling, right? We're not just going to talk about things in terms of fluid ounces. No, we will tell you what it is in milliliters as well. And I appreciate that.
Well,
my speedometer has a kilometers per hour gauge.
Yep. The UK is the only country in the world that actively uses both. So all this food has to be in grams.
Not complaining either.
But her speed limits and stuff are in miles.
Ooh.
So
no, fuck that. I'm 38, soon to be 38, and I'm not changing no. Fuck you. No.
Well, that just
nope.
Impassioned plea. I just
nope. I'm gonna be that fucking American. No.
Yes, Karen. Yes, Karen. We'll let you have it.
Ow.
I'm gonna be Donald Trump for a second. Let me grab my fake tan real quick.
Oh no! Not stop.
Jen, this is our first time actually talking to each other. Hi. This is so cool. Give me a minute to get a little starstruck here because
no, not with me. No, don't. Please don't. With me.
I haven't spoken.
Find better idols. Trust me. Find better idols.
No, okay. You have to understand what this looks like from my perspective, because I've been watching you guys from afar for a long time, and only recently have I, gotten a headset and a camera and said, okay, fine, put me on here. And ever since I've been doing that, I feel like I started a pickup hockey game, and then suddenly Jaromir Jagr and Bobby Orr and Ilya Brizgalov say, "All right, you know
Can
what?
I be Bobby Orr?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
He
play
lives
ball."
here now, so
That actually happened with the first conference I did. I walked in and it was NanoCon, if I'm not mistaken. It was like Matt and Mandisa and like I think Seth was there. No, Seth wasn't at that one. But I walk in and I'm a
Noah
panelist.
was.
No, it wasn't the first NanoCon. It was the second. It was that second one that I did the panel. And I walk in and I'm on a panel. Like I'm an active speaker and I'm like, I don't belong here. Why am I here? I'm so faking this right now. Like, why the fuck am I here? And I didn't get a chance to
I've asked that question a million times.
Right. And this is actually how Matt and I became friends. I didn't get a chance to talk to Matt because they had us do 3 panels. So I shoot him a message on Facebook the next day and I'm like, so sorry I didn't get to see your chat. I was in the middle of a panel, but maybe next time I'll check it out if, we're at the same thing. Like I'm the fucking important one. And that's how but I know I feel you because like people that I admired started coming to me after that. And they were like, we like your content. We like your show. You gave a great panel. And I'm like,
really?
blown away.
okay.
That's the way I felt last year at the Faithless Forum. When they, oh yeah, we're noticing you and we like what you do and blah blah blah. And this year, I was supposed to be on the panel this year, but next year it'll happen.
Stop being look, Neil. We have to do this for now.
I know.
Okay. Stop being a fucking Karen. Put your fucking mask on.
Says you.
And think of the greater good.
I have a mask. I only use it where it's necessary. I don't wear it in my car.
Yeah. I wear it out. I got like a fucking 50-pack from Amazon in the little paper blue.
Yeah, which is because everything comes out the sides. So you're not.
No. What I do is I take the ear loops and I tie them to where it's like adjusted to my face, so that it does kind of
create a good seal.
Yeah, I
was like how you're meant to, and Neil doesn't realize.
It's the N95 style, but with the filters in them.
Oh, you have the You have the Bane map.
You have the Vader.
That's okay. So, oh fuck! Why can't I? Who played Bane in the last?
I forgot it at work this weekend, so I have to go around naked this weekend because I forgot it at work. But I'm not really going anywhere. The only place I went was through the Timmy's drive-through today, and that was it.
Yeah. Wait, what was it? God damn it! Who played fucking Bane in the last goddamn Batman? I can't think of his name now. The actor.
Oh, hang on, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Right.
Shit.
And he's like super hot. What the fuck? He's one of my celebrity crushes, and I can't think of his name now. We're all Googling this, like Tom.
Was it the 2008 one?
Tom, yeah. Yeah, he played Venom as well. Tom Hardy.
It was Tom Hardy and Bane with the mask. And now, like all these hot guys that I see in the 95 mask, I'm harking back to that movie in Bane, and I'm like,
never heard of Tom Hardy.
Really?
What?
He's that. He's definitely that. I shouldn't go for this guy because he's probably a dick, but I'm going to anyway, even though I know
that's
better.
Christian Bale.
I never got the appeal of Christian Bale. I never got especially after Batman, where I was like, half the movie, I was like, what? What? No, New Yorkers don't fucking awful. Whisper like this. Like, huh? No.
The first Batman he did, I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it so much because I couldn't see it. It was almost pitch black for half the movie. It's like, well, what's the point?
So you had the Game of Thrones Long Night episode experience.
I never saw one minute of Game of Thrones.
Same thing. I've never seen it yet.
Okay, so
no spoilers.
I won't do the spoilers, but I had read the books.
Don't worry, you aren't spoiling it for me. I'm not watching it.
I read the books and I refused to watch the show for the longest time. So I'm like, they're just gonna fuck up the books. This is like one of my favorite series. Once I think it was season 4. It was season 4 that I kind of caught up with midway because I'm like, he ain't finishing these fucking books no time soon. Like, I need a fucking resolution. It's been 20 fucking years, god damn it. I need a fucking resolution to this now. Now I'm stuck watching this shitty show with this butchered fucking writing. I'm like, Why? And I'm like, it's quarantine, Mr. Martin. What are you doing?
It's like, what else you have going on? Like,
wait, yeah, like what are you doing? You live in New Mexico, first off. Like, there's nothing to fucking do there. What the fuck are you doing in the first goddamn place? Secondly, we're in fucking quarantine. Is there anything better to do? Like, get right the fucking like.
No, my lesson in that was if you guys are fans of Stephen King, he has an epic series called The Dark Tower.
Yes, I love the Dark Tower series.
If you experienced The Dark Tower the same way that I did, he had like the first story, and then he didn't write the second, third, and fourth one till like 10 years later, and then there was a substantial gap, right?
Right.
Before he decided, oh, wait a second, I've been hit by a van. I should probably take finishing this series pretty seriously. From this point,
I questioned. I was like, "Is misery real? Is this all of a sudden the books came out?" But it's been close to 20. It's been over 20 years since the first book came out now,
and it's because
so we're just like, I don't want to read your fucking deuces, aces, wild shit. It's a shit fucking series. Okay, granted, the Targaryen history is beautiful. I own all the books. But I'd like to know the ending of the actual story before I find out the ending of another one. That would be
generally that's preferred.
Prime. And I'm like, please don't make this turn into a Wheel of Time thing that I wasted a good decade of my life on. Please. Because I'm like, fuck it, I'm this deep. Might as well just fucking keep going. And 85 fucking books later, I'm finally finished.
No, anymore. It's like I don't want to start a series until I know the author's finished it, right? Like just in case they do something like
done that.
Not finish their work or not come back around to it.
I was a wee lad, needed an escape.
It happens, but we know better now. I don't even start watching a TV series until it's concluded. Like I think the last one that I tried to watch as it went on was Handmaid's Tale. But before that, then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to wait until True Blood is over to watch all of True Blood.
I tried True Blood. I fucking tried. And I was big into vampires at one point in my time. I just couldn't. I
got a little campy at the end.
It got to Twilight.
Yeah.
I was watching
I couldn't get it.
That, and what was that? The Western one.
Did you just say Inuyasha?
Inuyasha.
Never.
I had Glass. I had no idea you were a 14-year-old teenage girl. I watched it too. I'm just fucking with you. Inuyasha.
Wait, what was that?
I'm about halfway through the entire series.
Deadwood. I couldn't get into.
Okay.
I couldn't get into Deadwood. Okay. I couldn't. I can do Westworld. I can't get into Deadwood.
Westworld's getting really weird now.
I liked the last season. I hated season 2. I fucking loved.
Yeah, season 2 was kind of season 3 was
I was like, this shit is so fucked up and political. I fucking need it. Give everything to me. Give me all of the fucked up political HBO. Because oh my god, my brain's not working tonight.
I liked Humans too, but they canceled.
I haven't seen Humans.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of People either.
Dr. Manhattan. Why can't I think of the name of the fucking comic now?
But I'm a people.
You're more.
No, you're a person, not a people.
You hear me?
Oh, that's okay. That's why I was.
The voices in my head tell me I'm people.
Here we go.
Hannibal would say, really good with ketchup.
The voices in my head tell me that I'm people.
Yeah, but the ones in my head tell me I'm good people, and I know they lie.
Mine lie, but they're really good at it. Which is probably why I date men that are very similar to the voices in my head.
I thought you were just going to stop there then. That's why I date men.
I don't exclusively date men, but the men I do the men I do date.
Okay, now where's this going?
Watchmen, thank you, Dead City. Like Watchmen was super political, and I fucking loved it.
But they're not making any more.
I just couldn't. Did they finally say no? We're not doing it. Did they come out because they said they might not?
As far as I know, they're not making a season 2.
I'm okay with that. I dug how it ended. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean they did have closure, which is fine, but I still think another season could have been really
no,
cool.
HBO totally learned from Game of Thrones 7 and 8. Like they know when to fucking end a show now. Just fucking leave it there.
I enjoyed 7. It was just the final season I really didn't like.
So I have a theory.
Rushed it.
I have a theory with 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great seasons. fantastic seasons. So I started dating this fucking asshole during season 7 and it sucked. And I'm like, yep, you fucking did it. It's your fucking fault. Granted, they filmed it like a year before we were dating. And I'm like, you fucking did it. You're a piece of shit. And that's why this fucking season's a piece of shit.
Is it actually the show you didn't enjoy, or did he just fuck it up for you?
No, he was good in the fact that he would sit on the other end of the couch and not speak. He was good in that. Like,
yeah, but it's still a person there annoying you.
I loved him then. I loved him then, but then looking back, I'm like, oh, I was dating AJ. That makes sense. Yeah.
My wife got into Once Upon a Time when that series was fun. And I was like, you know what? I lost interest when I realized that they were just like really having a hard time coming up with new fairy tale characters, and then it just like went off the rails in around season 3. But I was like, you know what? This is your show. I respect that. Yeah. The best thing that I can do is give you the space to watch it and enjoy it on your own. And if I don't enjoy it, then I can find something else to do.
That's how I feel about anime. I feel like that about anime. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
But
nothing against anybody who does.
No, I'll respect. It's just not.
You just haven't been introduced to the good ones.
I watch like bad reality dating shows, and I fucking love them. I watch shit like Catfish and fucking Rock of Love and fucking Flav Knows Best or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, you respect that, I'll respect yours, because I know I watch some horrible shit, and I enjoy it.
I watch YouTube.
I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm a YouTuber that doesn't watch YouTube.
I do.
Like, that's what I got. Like, I have YouTube.
You have to support your friends on YouTube.
Yeah. Fox Satellite, YouTube is the way to go, man.
I'll pop in and like give a like.
At the same time.
I'll make sure the watch registered and give a like, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch Rocket Love. So
I watch next to no stream TV, and I don't watch any series because every time I try to finish one, every time I try to watch one, I never get it finished, and I get annoyed that I never get it finished.
See, I'm too anxiety and obsessive for that. Like, I have to finish it. Like, I will stop everything in life to finish.
Nice to know that there are some that are more obsessive than me, then, because I regard myself as obsessive, but apparently it's not that bad, or what?
But it's unhealthy. Like, I will stop everything in life. I look at my kid like, you can get your breakfast and lunch, right? Because this episode's like really good. He's like, what are we having for dinner? And I'm like, pause. Uber Eats, unpause. Okay, yeah, dinner's on the way. I need to finish this. Like, it's it is fucking terrible. That's why I stopped watching Succession.
When I almost don't want to start something unless I know I'm going to be able to finish it, right? But I also don't want to start something if it's just like, oh, look, it's only like 6 episode season. No, I need something bigger and deeper and more immersive. I want to watch all 7 seasons of The West Wing, right? But then I don't have the same kind of patience and availability that you do, where it's like, okay, I'm going.
I don't have availability. I'm just fucking neglecting shit in my life.
Oh.
I don't think I have the availability.
No, so I probably like I do a lot of admin for work, and I have YouTube Premium, so it's like every night I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this on watch later, and then I download it so that I can listen to it while I'm driving. But there's just so much content just within the atheism sphere. I have this backlog going all the way back to the Matt Dillahunty and Jonathan Sheffield debate that was on May 1st. Okay, so my backlog is deep.
I'll give you a pro tip. Make friends with all the YouTubers you like, because eventually you'll just have these conversations with them and you don't have to watch their shit. That's I'll pop in, I'll register the view and I'll hit the like, and then I'm like,
but see, then it feels disrespectful, right? Like I expect people to watch my show, but then I don't extend the courtesy.
I know you motherfuckers don't watch shit I do, and I don't watch shit y'all do, and it's fucking K. All right, I get it.
Sometimes it's just as much fun being in the side chat, because then you've got like
sometimes
the flat earther or the theist comes in and tries to argue a point with you, and you can just mic drop them for fun.
I never get those calls. I always get like the super religious philosophy calls, and I'm like, oh, they're fucking calling because I don't do this shit. Like, I want an anti-vax, flat earth, Jen, you're a fucking lizard person. I want that so bad.
Well,
Yeah,
Wow.
Jen,
according to them, I'm a half breed. I'm a half breed, like lizard person that secretly runs the earth.
Which lizard species do we know?
The David
Jewish
Icke
one.
ones. Not the Jewish ones. We're the
The
white
draconian?
American ones.
Welcome to yeah.
Well, who do I want to talk to a sovereign citizen one day.
No, you
I
don't.
really want to
No,
figure out sovereign
no.
citizenship. Oh.
No,
Huck.
there's
All
not
right,
enough
okay.
first pound protection in the world for that one.
All right,
Puck,
I
Puck,
take
I'll
your advice.
time. Stand up, turn around to the wall behind you, smack 9 times.
Yeah. If you do want to see a video about the sovereign citizens, there's a channel called Marvel Girl, and she's awesome. And yeah, Neil knows her, and she did a whole thing about the sovereign citizens and how they pretend they don't have to get out of their car because it's not a vehicle; it's a mode of transport. Some bullshit.
Yeah,
That's so stupid.
Like,
Okay, I
just
take
go
your
on
words
Reddit.
into advisement. I was just curious because I've heard about it, but I've never actually got to interact with a sovereign citizen.
Go on
so.
Reddit. Look up Sov Sit.
Renee,
Hey, Renee.
yeah, it's really early.
Go on Reddit. Look up Sov Sit and just
Grab
read
some coffee,
some of their
buddy.
shit and then make the decision.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so fucked and circular that there's no fucking way to argue with them.
The whole premise of sovereign citizens is, or part of it, same as the Hebrew Israelites. It's they have the original documents and they have the original rights, and anything you say about the law as it stands doesn't apply to them because they precede the law.
Yeah,
And it's just
really
mind-blowing.
I'm sorry, fine. Put it like this. They don't feel that they need to abide by the rules of a courtroom because back in the day we didn't put gold tassels on the American flag, and now that we do, it renders it invalid, and all the laws in that courtroom invalid because of a gold fucking tassel.
All right, Jen, I respect you greatly, but you're saying something that makes almost zero sense. I'm going to have to
Exactly.
Okay. Like you're gold tassels. Is this really?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna have to.
I want to show up and talk to a Sov Sit with gold pasties on, and be like, "Does that mean you don't understand or won't abide by anything I'm saying?" Right now?
The thing is, Jen, you're a woman, so they still won't listen to you.
Oh.
No, you ever seen women Sov Sits?
Oh.
Bitches been fucking wildin'. These bitches are crazy because they abide by these. Not only do they abide by I predate the law, but they abide by the social construct of that as well. But they don't apply religion to it. It's the most bizarre shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I'm just like,
obviously, I opened up a really bad can of worms here, and I apologize if
I actually asked one. I was like, it was a guy, but I was like, did you get stuck in the birth canal? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Did you get stuck in the birth canal? Were there forceps used here? Like,
thing is, for you, you'll be taking it seriously. For me, I don't take it seriously, so I just laugh at it and I just take the piss.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worth me dipping my toe in. But you're serious. You want to have nice conversations with people. But these are idiots.
I need you veterans to talk me out of the stupid things.
Don't do it.
Yeah, like, okay, you're talking to me. Don't talk to sovereign senators. Don't talk to Darth Dawkins. You're not
No.
Yes, do Darth Dawkins. Do Darth Dawkins, and I will teach you how to get through a conversation with him.
If he ever agreed to the debate on my terms, I would do it.
Wow.
because I pulled him out of the script. I was like, it has to be social justice or politics based, and there has to be secular arguments made, and he fucking disappeared. He just left.
By the way,
so if he'll agree to that, I'll do it.
Have you seen that one with Shannon? Sorry,
yeah.
Hopswatch.
Was he? He was on Shannon's channel because I've heard a lot about Darth Dawkins, but I have yet to actually experience him.
Consider yourself lucky.
He's been on a few channels. Shannon did a debate with him on Modern Day Debates. It's now up on her channel. He's also been on Truth Wanted, Atheist Experience.
He called him a talkie then.
Yeah.
I think they call him Cupcake on that.
He was on.
Yeah, that's one with Tom
Experience. Sorry. He was on Atheist Experience. I guess as a caller, right?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
could you imagine him and Matt in the same fucking studio?
I
We
don't
wouldn't
know
have
him.
precepts anymore. They would be caked with blood. Like, no.
If you are a member of,
I can look up the discussion.
I would risk COVID to fly
Yeah.
to Austin.
he's also known as Duncan Atheists.
Yes.
Duncan Atheism now, yeah.
It pisses me off because every time I see that now, I think of Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm like, I don't want to associate something good and delicious with this fucking asshole. Like, I just don't.
Evolution Destroyer as well. Pardon?
What is his story again? Because it's something.
He's
a presuppositional apologist, but he kind of takes it to this far extreme where it's not just the presuppositional argument, but his presentation of it that just drives people up the wall sideways.
So
you really have to listen to it to understand what's going on.
He only uses the Kalam cosmological argument.
Right.
That's the only one he knows.
He learned one thing. He learned a couple of buzzwords from that. And if you attempt to drag him off that script, he completely melts down and freaks out. Like, holy shit, melts down. And like, it's kind of a rite of passage in debating in the atheist community that you have to.
Very true. You're more just on the fucking side.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a rite of passage in dealing with precepts in the atheist community that you have to come through Darth Dawkins and make him completely fucking melt down and leave.
Yes,
That will not speak to him. That will not speak to him.
Yeah. As Puck said earlier, the way I did it is I brought up the Epicurean paradox. So if something is a necessary prerequisite for the universe, then it has these other characteristics where it's got to be omnipotent, omnipresent, and omnibenevolent. And if you can get him to admit that either one of them three is falsified, this whole premise of the first cause is broken.
Yep.
And that's the argument. That takes care of the argument, but that doesn't take care of the. You are over talking me. You are being very rude.
No,
James, you have to start moderating over here. You are acting like a child. I don't understand why you are laughing right now.
Change the
yes, with your psycho babble crap.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say, Hopscotch?
I said change the accent on that, and you've got Kent Hovind.
Yeah.
I'm sure he studied. I'm sure he studied
a whole
something.
different brand of fucking wacko.
Well, Eric Hovind is more of the presuppositionalist.
On the ark, lots of dinosaurs on the ark.
Who was it? Who does a really good Kent Hovind? What was it?
Actually...
Dr. Josh? Isn't he the one that does a really, really good?
I don't know if it's Ken Hovind. However, I'm going to plug something here.
Please.
Neil, with many other people, did a fantastic rendition of Bible Jeopardy with doing impressions of some of our questions, and I suggest you all check that out because it was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I did the voice for what's his name? The fucking the banana guy.
Yeah.
Comfort. Ray Comfort.
Yeah, that's right.
Put it like this, it's so good. It's one of my kids' favorite YouTube videos. My kid watches this all the time.
Has anyone...
Shut up! I don't want to think about it.
Ocean was good. Also, Ocean was absolutely awesome as Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson's voice instantly shuts down any kind of sexual desire that I will ever own or possess in my life. And Ocean will come on and do Jordan Peterson's voice, and you'll literally see my whole face change. I'm like, like that's if I'm
feel like going and getting a shower just because of the sound.
If I start getting too out of line, everyone knows to call Ocean and have him come do the Jordan Peterson voice because I'll stop. I'll just be like.
I still think my favorite role to play was old Zod in Into the Zodverse. Right? That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to do.
I just Sergio just asked a question. Godless Bitches is on hiatus right now. We've had some staff constraints, so our pre-recorded shows are going to be on hiatus for a few weeks. With the transferring over to everything virtual, we've had some staff constraints. I don't really have to wake up really early to do Godless Bitches. That was just that one time. We what the fuck? I just heard tiny voice.
It wasn't me.
That was my child.
What are you looking at me for?
No, Why are you looking over here? So,
tiny voice. I taught my penis how to talk.
I mean, I wish I could teach that one, when I had done Godless Bitches Talk Heathen and Explode back to back, we were actually there Saturday to film Godless Bitches, and then I was just going to come in and do the other shows. So our toilet freaks the fuck out Saturday. And as we're sitting there recording and we're like 3/4 done the way with the show, they start banging into the fucking bathroom and banging into the toilet. So we had to stop recording altogether. That was the weekend that we didn't have a functioning bathroom. We had to use a porta potty. So I got there at like 9. Did Godless Bitches. I'm like not touching anything, peeing in the porta potty. I'm downing fucking Topo Chios doing Talk Heathen, and I'm like dancing in the fucking. I'm like, you can actually see me like start squirming towards the end of the show. And mind you, we have a full house Sunday, and I'm like, if anyone's in that fucking bathroom, if anyone's in that fucking porta potty, I'm gonna fucking tip them. Get out. It was usually we'll record it Saturday, just like right, because that's when we do our pre-recorded shows is Saturday. So it's usually like noon Saturday, and I'll hang out at the building afterward.
Is the
Preaching Humanist still going?
Yes.
David?
Yes. David Oliveira? Yeah.
I didn't know whether he'd moved over.
I need to get him on the show.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
David and I are actually going to sit down sometime next week and start talking about how to combine.
Tell him to get in touch with me. I got to get him on the show for sure.
We're going to sit and
Jen, you will need to teach him how to use the computer, though.
I love David, but holy shit. No, we're going to sit and talk about how to combine the different aspects of the atheist community and get them kind of working together between us. So
cool. That's cool.
I would like to see some more cohesion in when working together globally for a common goal. Wouldn't it be fun to do
about it on the Atheist Wind Down, youtube.com/the Atheist Wind Down?
No, your conversation with Hemant is on my to watch list. It was one of the most recent things. But like I was thinking about like one of the cool things that we could do, like there's a International Day of Prayer next March, right? Like wouldn't it be cool if someone decided to put together like a 24-hour marathon on a channel, like passing the channel back and forth to atheists all around the world to do you guys pray, we're gonna actually do something and a huge fundraiser for something.
This Christmas, Hopswatch did it this Christmas with
I didn't
Ring and all the rest of it.
I'm not going to take credit for that. That was Purple Rhymes with Orange.
Yeah,
but I was on several of the streams, and I had my own stream as well.
Yeah.
But we made a marathon stream, and that sounds like an absolutely awesome idea.
I'd do it as long as
because the International Day of Prayer is like March something, and then there's National Day of Prayer, which is in May. And this would be a wonderful time for the atheist community to get together and say, okay, you guys pray. We're gonna get together and put it forth some entertaining content and get together as a community, raise some funds,
and actually do something rather than pretend to do something.
World Prayer Day, and we're gonna have World Do Something Day.
Even if it's just us sitting around bullshit, and especially like during a time of COVID, it's just us sitting around bullshitting with people. It's still something. It's still engaging.
Yeah,
exactly. We can call it World Thoughts in Action.
This day of prayer this day of prayer on 23rd of March, is it?
I'd have to look up the exact dates.
That's International Atheist Day.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, that's how we actually did we usually do the International Atheist Day on that day. That's usually the day that we
World Day of Prayer is on March 5th, 2021.
Yeah, that's usually a lot of organizations will get together and make that International Atheist Day.
Okay.
We were supposed to do a whole thing at the Austin Capitol. Obviously, this year we couldn't. So it'd be like a few groups get together and have like Atheist Day.
You guys did remote shit and just meshed it all together and put out a video.
Yeah, we actually all just recorded speeches and kind of like slapped them together. And Mark was like, "Fuck, we should do something, but we don't know what." And then for AA being canceled, we did the game night with representatives of American Atheist, which I won.
Cool.
Here's a fun one. Let's get as many people in the atheist YouTube sphere as possible to do a lip dub to the song "Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger."
I love that.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
That's the one. Yeah, by Daft Punk. And I think and then somebody does a whole compilation video and shows like as many of us as possible just jamming out to that song. Well, that would be a lot of fun. And the message of that song is really great for us atheists also.
You say that, But there are probably better songs to choose.
I just went with the first one that came off my head.
Well, I'm thinking, for example, Jen will know this one particularly, Saved by Shelley Seagull.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally from the Atheist album.
Awesome.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, I believe she recorded it for the show, actually.
No, she didn't.
No,
it were out beforehand.
The song that was Godless Bitches before we did the revamp was also
Atheist Experience was already going when Shelley wrote the song.
Yeah.
The old school.
Yeah,
but it had another intro track before. But Shelley Seagull released the album, and then they asked her permission if they could use it.
Who let the fucking trash into the chat? Who let the shit in? Who let the fucking
Mikey's back.
Who?
Oh wait, are you talking about Ian or are you talking about Mikey?
Mikey, who did this?
Oh, Mikey. Oh yeah, I know. He's your favorite person.
Who allowed this shit in this house?
Mikey.
This is my. I'm just gonna add the cuteness.
Look at that.
This is my cat 99. So
Right below.
Is that how many lives it's got left?
no, that's because my other cat's named Max.
I don't know where my dragon brood is right now.
Well, in that case,
I don't know if anyone's gonna catch them.
Nobody's gonna. Yeah, this is my age gauge. Like, if you get this, then you were familiar with television of the 60s.
It's called Get Smart.
I fucking dig that you guys were talking about 90s music because I'm surrounded by a bunch of 20-some-odd-year-olds in what I do, and they're like, "What? What's a like the food, the cranberries, like the fruit?" And I'm like, "This."
Oh, I remember my first time listening to Everclear. You remember the band Everclear? Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I was late. I was late to the Everclear party. My first Everclear song was the one they did on the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack, "Local God."
I love Local God.
Yeah, but I missed a lot of Everclear before that. I missed Santa Monica. I missed it. Yeah. So
Father of Mine was
That's a
good.
blast from my CD days.
Everclear.
The entire Romeo and Juliet soundtrack was actually really fucking good.
Did you notice my thumbnail changed?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear that. What was that?
Say that again, Glass.
Yeah, I missed that. What did you say?
My thumbnail changed.
Yeah, no, we saw that. Yeah.
What is that?
Those are what's in my new super power amplifier. They'll put
I have no idea about technology.
Changing your avatar is hardly a superpower now, is it?
No, that tube I put up as a photograph there, I'm using 2 of them in my new giant amplifier at 60,000
In the time of
watts.
COVID, it is. This is the new normal. This is the new normal. This is it. This is the new normal. That's it now.
Jen, you and I could go rounds. It's a lot of fun talking to you. You brought up something on your Twitter that I wish we could talk about further.
The child thing. Yes. Parent.
Yeah. And you had a wonderful, legitimate point. I get it, but it sounds like you and I have a lot of places where we could just go on and talk about stuff.
You need to talk. Hold
Everclear
on.
Doesn't
why
even
can't
compare
we
to
both?
Sublime.
We can have both. Thank you. I am offended and triggered by that.
Jen, you're going all Karen again.
You just like the hair just lit on fire. Like, why the
Jen?
Jen? My new co-host.
Oh, Jen, hi.
Hey, Jen.
Co-host there.
Oh, here comes.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Daddy. See, Daddy Neil, I told you. Oh my god, that picture.
I know Mikey's quizzing people on boy bands and girl groups. I will fucking ace that quiz, unless it's like
no care
after 2005.
Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart.
That's not a boy band.
Let's not do that again.
Shitty mullet on the box. How many
No, it's just triggering Neil.
Yeah.
How many what, Jen?
Just triggering Neil.
For us older people.
Yeah.
Do you remember the box 24/7?
The box. Oh, right, where you had to like call and wait to have your music video.
Oh God, I got into so much trouble with that channel.
Yes,
I want to speak to the manager of whoever the fuck triggered me right now. I can't wait to grow this fucking hair out. Not have this goddamn haircut anymore.
Maybe we should play some Beastie Boys.
Yes.
No, motherfucking Beastie Boys.
Apparently, there's a new documentary about them that I'm like super interested in checking out. But
Intergalactic, the Powerpuff song.
Speaking of
Power Rangers.
In the time.
We all just listen to Pink Floyd.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
never,
I love Pink Floyd.
I was never a big Floyd fan.
They're my
Never
third
was.
all-time favorite band.
They would be.
Well,
How about Led Zeppelin?
Mine too.
Zeppelin
Zeppelin
was
is great too.
Zeppelin is my second favorite band of all time.
Houses of the Holy being listened to by a bunch of atheists.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's great.
Where
not,
does
eh?
U2 sit on everybody's musical scale?
Older U2 I dig, not newer.
Okay.
U2 is the
U2
group
is
you
great.
listen to if you've got no taste in music.
Still one of the best live acts I've ever seen was U2. when they
Which
did
I
the
can
Joshua Tree
believe.
tour.
I
can
like
believe.
Europa.
U2 after 96. No, U2 after 2000.
Everything pre all that fucking zoo and pop bullshit that they put
No,
out.
I'm saying
I like
U2
the album
after
Under a
2000.
Blood
I
Red
can't get
Sky
I can't.
For me, it's the Unforgettable Fire, Boy,
and
War,
War.
and Joshua Tree. Anything usually after Achtung Baby was okay, but that's when they started going the other way.
I'm going to bring this up anyway. What about
Angel of Harlem,
Napalm?
that's a great song.
What about
Wait,
who?
what about who?
Sorry, Hopswell.
Napalm Death.
Napalm
Death,
Death,
that
right
is.
on.
Okay.
That's good.
No,
That's-
I was just asking. With or
that's-
without you
that's
was my
heavy
prom
shit.
song, so
Oh,
you
Sunday
two had
Bloody
a very
Sunday.
special place for me.
I
You
think
were supposed to be provoked.
I think Sunday Bloody Sunday was actually the spark that like lit activism in me as a very young child. I was like, I like this, and why does this make me want to do things? And now here I am.
Oh, hang on. Sassy Heathen, are you leaving? You should, Sassy, before you go, you should, if you're not already following me on Twitter, give me a message because I'd probably like to have you on the show too at some point. And thanks.
Thank you very much for coming by.
The first band that got me into any form of activism was
Simple Plan.
Savage Garden.
That's it.
Savage Garden. Oh.
Somebody ban Mikey from the chat now.
Well, Two Beds and a Coffee Machine got me into my first bit of activism of domestic violence.
Oh, Two Beds and a Coffee Machine. That's the song, isn't it? Bingo.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Like I grew up in a very
2 turntables and a microphone. Oh, sorry, that's someone else.
Yeah, that's
I grew up in a very hip hop heavy.
now you got me thinking.
To where nobody listened. We didn't think anybody listened to shit like Savage Garden. And then once we all hit adulthood, oh my God, you put on a Savage Garden song and even the most hardened fucking thugs were like, this is my shit. We just didn't want to tell anyone that we were listening to
Affirmation gets everyone going.
Bye, Jen.
I have to admit, I don't know any Savage Garden, but listening to Darren Hayes brings the worst into me. No, it's awful. I can't stand it. I actually use Darren on my channel. I use Darren Hayes as the example of the most despicable thing that I can think of.
I've
Because
never
Darren Hayes wasn't the creative one in the group.
No, it was the other dude.
Probably not.
I've never looked into him as a person. Is he fucking terrible?
He's not bad as an individual person as in himself, but his music is
His music is
not
shit.
savage. Yeah,
His solo projects were.
He made that awful song. That's the most awful song that I can name. Insatiable.
yeah.
I hate that song. It's so awful. It sounds as if he's fucking wailing. It's not singing.
I can name something worse. I can name something
Oh,
much
me
worse.
too. Barney.
If you sing it, you break your heart again, I'm going to slap you.
Justin Bieber is crap.
Yeah.
What's that again?
Justin
Justin
Bieber's
Bieber?
crap.
Oh, he actually has a really good Christmas album. I like Mistletoe.
I can't stand Christmas
Please.
music.
Oh.
Christmas
You are
music.
not going to find Justin Bieber on my turntables.
No.
Oh.
Although for some
I-
reason,
You
I
would
will
find
still
him on
say-
mine, but it'd
I mean,
just be his
Justin
head.
Bieber is annoying, definitely, but he's
for,
still not as bad as Darren Hayes.
for about
Ooh.
6 months of heavy drinking, I fucking loved the shit out of Despacito for about 6 months of really heavy drinking.
The
That was
original is brilliant.
The original
The
was brilliant, but there was something about the new one that I would drink and just lose my fucking mind for some
Oh,
reason.
God, it's getting daylight here.
You know, yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it coming through the blinds there in the background.
Right, right.
And it's just daylight's just leaving my side.
Is it?
But
Yeah, because
Um,
I feel like you were 2 hours behind me.
Checkmate, Fluffs.
that.
Well played, sir.
Oh,
I gotta give this to Justin Bieber because he's Canadian, and I gotta stick up for Canadians to some degree.
Take him back.
No, we'll take him. He started out with this little rinky-dink channel on YouTube, just playing his guitar, singing the stuff that he wrote, and to go from that to what he is now does not happen very often. So
it does. It happens more often than you think.
Like, his story's actually like really fucking
Other
tragic.
countries can have them. We don't need them.
Well,
His story's like super fucking tragic, actually. Like, yeah, he had this little YouTube thing, and then Usher had come across it. But his parents hardcore pushed this young fucking child to perform and then quit their jobs and lived off of him. Like,
which is the part I was going to get to and say that's the despicable side of it.
It's his, like, I kind of feel for, I understand why he's such a fucking mess now. Because I mean, Usher's a fucking horrifically despicable, gross, STD spreading fucking piece of shit. He is one of the worst fucking people in R&B. Having to work under that and having both of your shitty fucked up parents pushing you to support them, I get why the kid's fucked up now.
I wouldn't want to say which one's worst, Usher or R. Kelly. And that's a horrific thing to say.
Usher doesn't go for children. Usher doesn't go to fuck children. So I'm going to have to go with Robert on this one.
However, the thing is...
Yes, I did, Mikey. I did.
Usher intentionally spreads diseases that he knows he has.
Granted, but he's not preying on children.
But he's intentionally trying to kill people.
But at least
you see my dilemma.
I'm usually not the one that's like, yeah, but he did this. I'm never that type of person. But it's like, okay, he
illegally married a minor. How much more evidence do you want?
Oh, and this is what tripped me out about R. Kelly, because like I grew up with R. Kelly, with Aaliyah, with hip hop. We knew this shit 20 years ago that she was 15 and he was in his 30s, and now everyone's all shocked, and I'm like, yeah, we knew this. We knew this shit. How many fucking years ago? We knew this shit when it happened. And then all of a sudden he goes and writes AJ Nothing But a Number. Like, oh my God, you don't even give a fuck. And my friends were bumping that shit. And looking back now as an adult, knowing what I know, I was like, holy shit, we were all like fucked up and groomed. Because this was the norm. Like, older men where I came from would routinely go after 14, 15-year-old girls. And you were caught between this. If you sleep with him, you're a fast tail girl. And if you don't go for him, then you're stupid. Because this is a man that can your life.
FYI, guys, I got to be out of here in about 9 minutes. So
yeah, I know. But yeah, it was really fucking confusing growing up in that time.
Puck looks tired too.
It's been a long day. It's almost midnight here where I am. But you know what? This is and I was just talking about this on SJ's channel. Sorry. The conversations like this are a lot of fun because as much work as we put out on and especially people who do pre-recorded content, very rarely do we have an opportunity to just let our personalities out, right? And so your channel, Neil, is fantastic because we do that serious stuff and we talk about deconversion stories and whatnot. Some of them are very dark and some of them are more upbeat, but then you have this opportunity we just get to chill and just be regular people and just have fun talking to each other, and I greatly appreciate the opportunity to sit here at the table with you guys.
Thank you. This is why I come. I'm like, I can
great meeting you.
I don't have to worry about like setting up topics, and like here's just like, hey, we talk about the shit that we talk about. It's
I'll give you a topic. Peter Poppus.
Thanks, Theo.
The other thing about things like this is you got Jen, Neil, Hops watching yourself that have regular content, whether it's on your channel or on another. Whereas people like me and Glass, we don't have a channel or anything. I don't think Glass does.
Yeah, but you're
still able to get to. Well, this is the thing, we're able to all get together and we're able to exchange ideas, exchange opinions, and opinions are influenced from there. It's like I've heard a couple of bands that I've really not paid attention to, but I'll go forward and listen to them for an example.
Right. And we get our ideas from what you guys want to hear. So we need your input. There's no reason that we shouldn't be listening to you. There's no reason that we shouldn't be sitting down with you.
I'll put out a video destroying Peter Popoff.
He does a very good job at destroying himself. So
I can't get over the Pappas thing because I think of like Papa, like Annie, like what was the one like Oliver with the fucking bowl for some reason. Every time I hear his last name, that's all.
Please.
And I picture little Oliver with a bowl. For some reason.
I imagine my big fat Greek wedding.
And you know what else?
My big fat Greek wedding, except with Italians, my entire life.
The other thing that the atheist community needs, and I'm just putting the call out there, please, please, please. We love the people who are behind the scenes. They don't ever show up on camera. Most of them don't want to. Okay, but they do fantastic production work. They line up guests for shows. They're out there. Like the one that comes to mind right now is Best Name Ever. Right, and she's responsible for half of the people who show up on our channel right now. Just
amazing.
Let me fucking tell y'all, Jen's little corner. Holy shit! Like I literally show up, and she's like, "I've got this person booked, and this is how we're going to stream it on your channel," and she just fucking does the thing. And I
need someone to manage my Patreon because I suck at it.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need behind the scenes
people and shit like that. But
take care of the production, take care of the social media, take care of the publicity, so that we can put. You know, there are people who put out the content, and then there are people behind making it. So all they have to do is put out the content. We need those behind the scenes people. We love you all, especially the ones that don't want to be on camera.
There's a couple others like IQ, and then there's Spooky Bed Hair. There's Laura something or other for the Globe Earth. Yeah, Megan. Laura, what's her fucking surname?
Katie Stewart.
I can't remember, but she does it all for like Creaky Blinder, FTFE, Simon Dan.
Like the platter.
If there's anything that needs to be posted about various topics that have been discussed or whatever, this Laura, whatever her surnames, I forget. She's out there. She's on Discord. She's on YouTube. She's Twitter, Facebook, posting it everywhere. People like that, channels can't grow without it.
Nope, you're right. So thank you, everybody out there, not just the ones in the channel right now, but all of the people behind the scenes helping keep the community tied in together. IQ, by the way, in Intellectual Quandary, he actually lives here in Cincinnati with me. So yeah, we keep on talking. One day we're going to get together.
I'm so jealous that you get to see what IQ looks like.
I'll see if I can
nuts because I'm just like I just want to know.
But thank you so much, Neil, for having me on, and thanks for this great after party, and thank you guys for coming on. And I had this fear that I would come on to a completely empty room and I'd have to sing karaoke for an hour. So
no, I heard him say I'm having Puck on, and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking be there. Like the entire half of my bedroom is a disaster because I'm decluttering, and I was just like, I don't have time. I have to do this.
Jen, I'm honored. Thank you so much.
That's why
and I'm honored that the rest of you guys are here too. I super appreciate you all.
I wish I could.
By the way. Yeah, great meeting you, Puck. Great meeting you too, Puck. Great meeting you too, Jen. Great meeting you too, Bob.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Jen, if you haven't seen Hopswatch's channel, he does one of the reasons I took to him immediately was because he's all anti-religion and beer. So it's like I need this guy.
He's anti-beer.
No.
Fucking there. Like you guys
know.
You
phrase that in an unfortunate way. I am anti-religion and beer. You said no. I'm not anti-beer. I am pro-beer.
No, that's not what I meant.
I know.
You know, I'm the weird atheist that's not anti-religion and not an anti-theist. I'm that weird atheist.
Oh, I'm anti-religion.
I'm anti-religion. However, I try not to use anti-theist because I've had debates with people before where they've misunderstood it. And I said,
I'm not anti-religion. I think I have no problem with religion. I have a problem when religion encroaches on people who don't want to be part of that religion or that religion is to harm.
I have a problem with the doctrines of religion.
That's why I have the problem
with it. We can also get into a discussion about the dogmatism of atheism too, and the doctrines of atheism as well.
Jen, we could do hours of content on that, you and me.
Like you and me.
It would be so fun. I'm trying to imagine what a collab between me and you would be, Jen. I'm seriously wondering.
Strictly, I don't believe in gods. That's it.
Well, the thing is, to have a doctrine, you have to have someone to enforce the doctrine.
What this shit was gonna be, all right? We're like, I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. Look at the atheist community. Oh shit. Okay. Well, fuck.
Well, the thing is, to have a doctrine, you have to have someone to enforce the doctrine, which atheism doesn't have.
That's right.
I'm going to be doing a series on my channel showing
Send me a sweatshirt and I'll try to get a camera so I can show it on there.
Maybe there's no explicit doctrine, but there are certain implied
dogmatic
rules.
shit.
There is implicit, which is often put upon atheism. There's usually the implied, which is usually put upon atheists. It's like not atheists adhere to evolution by natural selection.
Right.
Not all atheists believe the Earth is round. Not all atheists believe in abiogenesis, for example, or Big Bang Theory and things like that.
I should clarify, though. I should say the atheist community and not atheism.
Yes.
Yes.
And Rory is
which community are you referring to, by the way?
Atheist community.
Yeah, which one?
Oh, fuck. I don't have time to break all this down and how each one does it.
Jen, message me after. We'll put something good together.
We have
for
the
this.
personalities community. We have the debate community. We have the woo atheist community is what I call them. And they're the ones that
the spiritual ones.
Shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like
the spiritual atheists.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all got fucking rules and shit. The fuck with the what? And Robert is quoting Latin right now. Rory, I'm sorry. And he's actually, you know what? I can't say that because then I'd give up my kid's name. Never mind. I just remembered that. Sorry. Okay. I'm like, now we're summoning demons. We're summoning demons for the
Where?
That's Hazel. So anyway.
That's Hazel.
Yeah. I think Neil has to leave.
Yeah, he's been trying to make an exit for like 10 minutes.
I know. I do this all the time this morning.
My time limit was 8:30, and it's now 8:30. So.
Oh,
okay.
See, we did it on time today. Yay!
Thank you guys so much once again. This is awesome.
Of course.
It was great having you on.
Everyone.
Very much enjoyed it.
Bye.
Thanks, Hopswatch, for jumping in. Thanks, Glass. Pine Snake, always a pleasure as usual. And of course, my we're newly minted internet couple.
I don't know if we're internet or online.
Pine Snake, stand up.
We're online married.
We're online married. There you go. Tides up, sir. Sweet.
Awesome.
I just got this one yesterday. Got evidence?
From GE, yeah.
I just wear these and let them make their own catchphrases. I just wear them.
And I wore this one last night on the Utah Outcast show that I did too. And I said, you know what? This one needs to wear on Monday. Monday, you'll see some of it. We live streamed. They did the live stream last night.
Send me a sweatshirt with your icon on it, and I'll try to get.
Dude, I haven't even made any yet. I need people to do that shit. I don't have.
I saw you showed it
the
other night.
I told you get Natjar to do it. He loves that sort of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. IQ will do it too. He said, but we'll see what happens. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did. To my guest of honor tonight, Puck, once again, thank you so much for joining me. And to my crew here, the after party crew, I won't forget anyone's name this time when I put the stuff up. But Glass, you're not on Twitter.
Rory's not yet.
You're not going to see my thank you on Twitter, so you might change your mind someday.
You resisted Twitter. I'm in awe of that. Holy shit.
I don't do Twitter. Twiddly deedly deet, tweedly doo.
I didn't for the fucking time, and then I got like heavy involved with like the ACA and shit. And I'm like, okay, I have to. And I'm like, hey, another place to start shit. I'm fucking terrible on Facebook. I just fuck up people on Facebook on the fucking daily at this point.
Right on.
Good night, guys. Thank you. Neil's like trying to get like the. I got to hit the button.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I know we're all stuck at home because of the pandemic and whatnot. Trying to make the best of it.
Hit that like button.
Pound that like.
Remember
pound that like button, like it would, like if your crush wanted you, motherfucker. Pound that. Pound that like button as if your crush would fuck you. What you do?
All right.
Pound it.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to do my outro here, people.
You do realize you can mute people, don't you, Neil?
I do, but
he's like, there's no way I would. No, I'm not walking into that dragon pit. Fuck off.
I'm against that shit, so I'm not going to mute people. Anyway,
you're a pacifist even on YouTube.
Even on YouTube. All right, so because we're all going through the pandemic stuff right now, guys, remember, be well, be safe, and above all, be kind. And like I always say at the end of these fun shows that we do, like the late great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. Take care, you guys, and we'll see you next time.